Hello, welcome to the Deltahead stream. I'm James Howell, and tonight we're going to do Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, the expansion slash sequel to Resident Evil Outbreak File 1, as the order of numbers would imply. So yeah, while we are giving folks time to come on in, we'll talk about the week's reading here. Just one second, I'm going to pull up chat. There we go. So yes, week's reading has continued to dig deep into Pat Conroy's Prince of Tides. I gotta say, this is an amazing novel. The past 400 pages have flown by, which has been the speed of digestion since Tuesday, and I highly recommend it. It's a good novel of South Carolina and a beautiful look at kind of human nature in general, and the challenges of family, especially when family is not the best place. That's honestly been the bulk of it. That 400 pages has taken up the majority of my time. In terms of other media, there is The Man Who Would Be King. This is an excellent movie that I highly recommend, with Michael Caine and Sean Connery. Wonderful story of friendship among rogues. And Enjo, which is a 1958 Japanese movie, an adaptation of a Yukio Mishima story, The Golden Temple, and it is stunning. I kind of don't have words for it. I just watched it today, and I'm still kind of digesting it. But an amazing movie. Unfortunately, I've only been able to find it on VHS, and even that's only been available to me through a very good local movie rental place, Scarecrow Video. If you happen to be in the Seattle area, you are missing out by not having a membership. But yeah, so that's then what's been going on for the week. Pat Conroy, I think my mom recommended him to me when I was in high school, and as a result, on principle, I decided I was not going to read him, and that has proven to be a ridiculous choice. But the upside of that is that, like so many things you discover as you get older, there is excellent art that you have skipped over for whatever reason you no longer adhere to. And you have, thankfully, hopefully, time to engage. So this is, again, the online Resident Evil. And let's see here. There we go. So I'm going to create a room, and I've kind of got some folks lined up to, I maybe have somebody lined up to help Sherpa us through. Unfortunately, Boogle is a bit under the weather, so he will not be our bodyguard and cloak this time through. Let's see. Kind of trying to adjust the volume here so it's audible on the stream. Yeah, this one has an RPD scenario. Just gonna watch this FMV intro first. I like how the letters shatter apart into kind of umbrella logo-esque remnants. But yeah, hopefully we will have compatriots going through multiplayer. If we don't have anybody join within like the first 5 minutes of having a room open, then I'll start an offline game. Yeah, but Outbreak File 2, they adjusted some of the gameplay to kind of live up to the potential. Let's see if I can turn this down so it's not coming over speaker. There we go. They adjusted some of the gameplay so that it lived up to the potential of lived up to its potential. And like you can aim and move at the same time very slowly, so you have a little more control. You can increases the drama of having a gun trained on a zombie that's inching towards you as you can back up and put your back further against a wall. The character abilities have been slightly tweaked to make them a little more accessible and effective. So, So I'm just noticing that on the FMV, it looks like they recorded a camera going through the environments of the game with the kind of the jerkiness of camera perspective in an engine. And that's kind of neat. You can almost, in your head, see the invisible mouse moving perspective. But yeah, this time through, we're also going to catch a broader variety of playable characters. I'm going to play the character whose scenario I'm playing at that given moment, so we can kind of see their stuff in action. Because honestly, if you don't play as them in their scenario, you miss out on one or two special kind of moments that are dedicated and particular to them. And also, you only find them dead later in the level, which, for all the comedy it provides, is a little less interesting. And File 2 is... like, this was before, really, on consoles, you know, there were HDDs with DLC and patches and things like that. So you kind of get the feeling that if this series had been developed today, this would be a patch update and DLC levels. Because the levels here don't start fresh in terms of difficulty. In other words, if the levels start at 0 difficulty in Outbreak File 1 to kind of introduce you to the system and the characters and everything, and then slowly move up to level 5 in terms of difficulty with the decisions scenario. Oh, what are you doing there, fella? I might have to close this and open it back up because Steam seems to think I want to use it. Anyway, if Outbreak is 0, decisions is 5, then the first scenario on this is 6 in terms of complexity and difficulty. Let's see. Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to close out of that. Close out of this. And back into it. And again, here's our box art for File 2. It emphasizes the camaraderie, the desperation, and the gun. All things I think about when I think of Resident Evil Outbreak. Also, this is kind of a neat touch here where it says at the bottom, if you can see that, online broadband only, so no dial-up, which is a bit of nostalgia. The patch on this version is a little more thorough in terms of bringing all the language from Japanese into English. There's less of that here. Less Japanese, less mixed language content, so more English. And I'm not sure if the fact that I'm playing this on normal turns away some of the pros, but a lot of times when you've got a very hard game up, one of those rooms open, then you have better chances of getting randos hopping in, which, you know, is part of the fun of playing publicly online. And I think maybe the normal difficulty shouts noob. And that means that I'm probably not going to be pulling my weight in terms of an effective and fast team playthrough, which is correct, to be clear, and to which I take no offense. Um, let's go with AFSI. AFSI, Gateway to AFSI, is an old Commodore 64 game that I liked very much. It was kind of a net hack dungeon crawler type thing. Evening Toe, you were the first person in chat tonight. How are you? Evening King Dunlop. How are you tonight? Oh, I'm not afraid I don't know what that means. That's bold. That's caps. There we go. There we go. Wild Things. This is one of Cindy's scenarios. Actually, I think it's Cindy's only scenario. Very hot in Boise. My condolences. It has been very hot here in Seattle for the past week, I think. Past couple of weeks have been true summer here. It's been getting up into the 60s. I'm sorry, 60s. It's been getting up into the 80s. And at one point, briefly into the 90s. And that is one of the reasons I don't live in the South anymore. So I am happy for that weather to go away. Fortunately, we received some of the seasonal and stereotyping overcast weather that cooled things off. I'm very happy, and I very much wish that you receive the same soon. Oh, hello. We have somebody hopping in. This is cool. The guy on fire. Wow, someone has played a total of 302 hours to my 0. Wow. I look forward to finding out how they feel about that in gameplay. Yeah, while we're waiting on maybe a couple of more people to show up. Cindy is a waitress at the Jack's Bar, which is the first place that the Outbreak shows up in the File 1 scenario. And she is a healer. She has a little carrying case that can store herbs. Specifically, she can mix them, and if you have them in your inventory, she can do a laying on of hands by taking that item, touching a character who is wounded, and applying whatever effect that herb has to them. And yeah, it's nifty, and that's good for a support role. But she does have to, excuse me, get up close to them. So if they are under attack, then it's not. She's in the second row is what I'm saying. She's not a frontline healer. She is paired up in the fiction with George in the one of the dual character endings of Decisions. It's implied they've developed some sort of relationship under duress, and that makes sense because George, being a doctor, is a healer, Cindy is a healer, so they have that sort of compatibility. Wow, I'm about to break the silence on this character usage in favor of Cindy at 100%. Though I am curious, if I've run 0 distance and I have 0 playtime, I don't know where I get those points from in my score. Very curious. Let's see. Oh, gong. Yes, I can type with thumbs. Let's see. What is... Oh, there it is. Going. Shortly. I have no idea how to. Oh no, I lost him. Well, that is what I get for over communicating. I'll give it another minute here and see if anybody hops in. Evening, Gary. How are you? In fact, I do need people. I'm going to be doing wild things on normal. So if you want to hop on in, you are welcome and invited. Fantastic, thank you. I look at my my assigned sort of member ID over there, 4006 PM. I keep registering it as some nightmare dreamlike combination between you know 12-hour clock time and military slash international 24-hour time, and you know I guess it reflects the day that reached 40 hours, easily the longest day in the world. I am taking all of the archives of the stream and they will be uploaded and put onto a YouTube channel. There were some problems getting that hooked up and working early on in this stream's history, but I've got that going now. Videos, the full length of the streams are now uploadable onto the Deltahead Media channel, and I will be not the James Howell YouTube. That is reserved for my dumb bullshit. The streams are going to go on the Deltahead Media channel, which at this point has exactly no subscribers because I haven't made it public or anything. So that'll be probably that's going to be a project I hope to finish up this week. I will group them by games, group the videos by because I play one game to completion per day, dedicated day of the week. Yeah, the James Howell channel, that one has it hosts all of my previous substantial content, but I just don't have the time to do anything very structured or thought through at this point. And it's a place where I will hop in, poke the internet to say yes, I still exist with something that's dumb and that pleases me nonetheless, like a 2-hour long video of Jin and Nobu taking a nap through the entire seasonal or day-night cycle of Ghost of Tsushima, but unfortunately nothing more elaborate than that. Which is it's simultaneously relieving and also a little sad, because it's a little relieving to kind of just mentally say, okay, I guess in terms of the kinds of projects I'm going to invest my time in, that medium has been explored. Lieutenant Hank. Excellent. Thank you, Gary. Holy God, Gary. I'm just looking at your playtime, and that's unbelievable. The only way I could compete with that is by marking mine and saying I ran that thing so high it reset, and I played with all characters so much that they reset as well. 0%, the highest percentage. So here we go. But yeah, and it's also a little sad because those were some good years, making videos and using that medium for analytic work. Like when I did my, I did a an essay on The Evil Within 2, which would actually be a pretty good game series to stream here. And even just writing that and formatting it and getting all the images and everything for it. Oh, poor Zebra. That took about 4 months to do. So these are no small time investments. Oh man. Like this is interesting because it's like one of the few times in the in the games where it's suggested that zombies would go after animals as well. Um, I don't see that showing up very often. And here comes Stampy. I mean, you gotta admit, even though you're kind of, you know, you're trying to survive, you're still kind of cheering for the elephant.
To the citizens of Raccoon City. That looks like the city zoo's rear gate. If a rescue team's on the way, I better hurry. I have kind of a bad feeling about this, but it looks like I should check it out.
I'm not 100% sure why this is Cindy's scenario. I think kind of one of her sort of traits, because you know the characters are sort of one note. Uh, One of her traits is that she is kind, and so that I guess could translate into being an animal person. Um, yes, this is where we literally hit his Achilles heel. A loophole that the developers did not anticipate. It's funny because a lot of the stuff that was abusable in File 1, some of it was corrected in this, I believe. Um, but it still has its own, um, you know, its own quirks. This was released on PlayStation 2. I'm playing this on an emulator because that's the only way that you can really that's the only way that you can really do it online. There is a special way of setting it up. Oh, let's see here, Cindy's. Uh, there is a way that you can set it up using the actual network connection. I leave the I leave the economy hacks to Gary. I'm going to be shooting my gun. Um, I think there's a key down here. Is it? No, that's shotgun rounds. Anyway, there's a way you can play it with the actual system online, but the only way that I've been able to get it to run is like this. Now there are keys that you can use to open these doors. In fact, I think that's the intended design. But the doors also have... I'm not giving up, Mark says as he runs away. They also have HP. So you can bash down the doors. What is it? Does it say... Restaurant Elephant? Why, thank you. That's how Cindy gets it done.
What happened?
Whoop. Also, Cindy has this this bandage which can stop somebody's bleeding. It is, I think, in my opinion, one of the least useful special items. Let's see. All right. Oh, really? They've got that same animation in Resistance. Ah, no, I don't need that. All right. Well, I'm going to leave Cindy's bandage there in favor of the actual weapons.
Hey, over there! Hey! Hey, you! Over there!
It's the
This way!
the slight, slightly obtuse nature of game design, not being 100% realistic. It's kind of silly that I have to bash through all these doors and stuff when I could just very easily hop the counter. Also, the bolt cutters that I need are right on the other side of the counter. I could easily just like reach over and grab it, but no, you have to go around. Barriers have their own rules. Let's see. There we go. And if neither of you are playing as Cindy, she is walking around as a character um, in this section, and she by necessity appears here in the cutscene because they rendered her as such. But as soon as this next event happens, she's like face down, face planted on the ground, dead, right at the start.
Next time, I want to come on a nice Sunday afternoon.
Oh, they gave Cindy her own action hero lines. That's cool. Thank God that thing doesn't have a feather. Would hate to see a zombie elephant flying. Oh God. Uh, something else that's different, I think, about File 2 compared to File 1 is it has more frequent large areas like this. Oh, hey, it's my bandage. But even this is broken up into sections. Cool. Yes, Mark should definitely have the handgun rounds. So yeah, at this point, Gary is the veteran on this. I haven't played File 2 in quite a long time, so he's going to kind of be our tour guide a little bit. What to combine with? Huh. I guess it's only good for me. Or the person who is holding it? Curious. Oh! Okay, gotcha. I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought she did her little tap thing with it. So it's like a passive effect. Oh god, Stampy. I like that they use the elephant to bash in the windows there. That's a cool way of making an otherwise kind of boring area, interesting. The levels in this all have some random element to them. Many of them do, at least, and I think that's a neat. That's a neat way of emphasizing the wildness or the, uncontrollability of the zoo environment. And this is Mr. Raccoon, who shows up during the more recently released Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes as Raccoon City's mascot. I think Gary has the HDD loader on, which I don't have that set up yet, but like when Boogle was Sherpaing us through file 1, he had that on as well. Oh god, no jackals! Uh, and results in some of that sort of very fast skating. Or no, not jackals, hyenas. And yeah, this is oh right, elephant key. There we go. Yeah, this game could load onto a installed hard drive on a fat PS2, like the first one could. And this area has, if you can look up here, well, the gimmick of it is there's a body up there on top of the show arena shutters. And so we need to close this so the body falls down and then drops the sparkly item, which is valuable to us. I actually believe that Cindy is probably the most powerful out of any character in Outbreak, and it's the equivalent of a martial arts master tying one hand behind their back to prevent themselves from overwhelming the world and becoming too powerful, because she is doing all of this in heels, which is amazing. I don't know how anybody does that. Oh yes, this is. Cindy just walks through the door, and the first thing she sees is Mark beating a toucan to death. Oh man. All right, the background music tape. Shotgun E? Well, that one's got more bullets in it, so yeah, let's go with that. Um, Mark, are those toucans infected? I have no idea. Just Mark's response to toucans. It's the rainbow in the beak. It's you just can't trust that. And this is the area where we find out that the T-virus can also, in fact, infect Rafflesia. And given how sort of extravagant and sort of flamboyant isn't the right word, but exaggerated, maybe. Oh, my herb case is full. Unique the body of the Rafflesia is. I'm kind of surprised that that has not shown up more in Resident Evil games. I think it does like a little cloud spore attack that poisons you. And good evening, Boogle. Oh yeah, they how do you? Okay, there you go. Yes. Even Cindy can maintain her aim while walking. Again, I'm telling you, the most powerful character in the game. Oh yeah, you can insta-die in here if you get hit by alligators. Which is why we are proving ourselves to be the true monsters. Really, the Speed movies soundtrack has a Metal Gear feel to it. I haven't seen that movie since it was in the theaters, so I'll be interested to check that out. You have intrigued me into looking at what you have convinced me is not good. Oh, there we go. More toucans. I'm actually curious to know if toucans themselves are even evolved to dive bomb things. Yeah. Cindy is going full shotgun on this. Expand your mind. Become a true man through the teachings of the Han Dynasty. Looks like a book of Austin's, who I'm guessing is a zoo NPC who Cindy, for some reason, knows about. Again, Cindy walks out and just sees Mark beating a dog. Jesus, Mark. This is a nightmare hallway on very hard, you say? Because of the jackals? Oh, that's cool! Mark actually uses the ad-lib to repeat the code. That's kind of neat, showing the character knowing the code. I don't think that um, I don't think that any of the other Resident Evils do that. Like they just kind of assume that the players and the character's knowledge overlap, or the character just inputs it on their own. Uh, really, other characters can learn the code from hearing that ad lib. Oh, that's neat. Oh God, Stampy. The characters being able to learn that code from that ad lib is a really nice touch. Let's see. Cool. So as you can see from the from how many steps this takes and how much this level really is about. Oh wait, sorry. Please ad lib that again. 39 DJ. Oh, it's on the signpost I read? Oh. Uh, yeah, when I'm playing through on stream, I don't take time to smell the roses or read text. So, thank you for letting me know that. Oh, that's interesting. So it kind of gates it twice. There's the knowledge gate. If you don't know the code, you can't enter it. And then there's the character gate of if the character hasn't encountered it, then it can't. Then they won't even begin to try to enter it. That's cool. Aha, shotgun rounds. Thank you. Now the ad libs, they do respond to certain contextual cues, but you never 100% know which ones those are. So a lot of times, in order to fish it out, like that, like there's a lion on the lock, little clues like that. But sometimes to fish it out, you have to just keep having them say, "Hey you, hey you." Raccoon snacks, brand new funky banana flavor, some sort of animal food. Raccoon branded snacks for non-raccoon animals. wonder if the raccoons feel used. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Let's see, this is our lion key? Yes, this is our lion key. Jeez. Mark's impatience is already opening the door before she can even pull it out of the lock. Oh, Jesus. Better help Mark. Okay, this is the part of the game that just kind of makes you feel horrible about yourself. And I am curious. Look at this. This is a Mr. Raccoon that is standing on its hind legs in a similar posture, but does not appear to have the cartoony, you know, wearing his overalls look that the one that was on the table did. This is the real Mr. Raccoon. Or maybe it is a Mr. Raccoon pre-branding shift. Oh God. I mean, in a last-ditch effort, you can at least rationalize that you're helping to put them out of their misery because they are, you know, infected by the T-virus. But that also raises the question of, I mean, technically, maybe you should be thinking the same way about killing zombies. But we seem to feel better about shooting humans in general than we do about shooting animals. So that remains true even then. Boarding house. The pleasant euphemism for spiked cage room. Oh my. Oh, if I had the bolt cutters, I could do something with that. But I don't. Oh, yeah, let me come help. Oh, I can't. Okay, looks like the spikes are bent down there, which is why I can hop up from that angle. Haha! I'm there to help. My support is moral, e.g. ineffectual. Okay, so I have a background cassette tape, which I believe I can use here? Blank tape. Evening, Hobgoblin. Yeah, I'm... never feel good about shooting animals in video games. What are you doing there, fella? Even as I play through Ghost of Tsushima. Oh god, it's... you know, if I want to get a in Ghost of Tsushima, one of the things that you need in order to improve your some of your equipment, your ammo capacity, is predator pelts. So you need to kill wild boars and bears to do that, and I don't like killing them. So what I will do is I will lure them over to where Mongols are, so the Mongols and the wild animals can hash it out. And if the wild animals survive, I'll let them live, and I root for them and wish them very well. I'm very much hoping I'm on the second act of that game, and I'm going through and doing a lot of the um, the additional, oh god, side material. Let's see if I can. There better be a mission designed around luring enemies into bears, is what I'm saying. Well, I know that this is something that they have in the earlier missions. When you're going through the towns and the villages and you're liberating them from Mongol control, sometimes they have those bamboo, green bamboo cages where they have prisoners trapped. Oh, thank you, sir. And sometimes those cages have bears, so what you can do is you can sneak into enemy territory, stealthily unlock the cage on a bear, and then run away and let the Mongols deal with the bear. And that is the, like, even though I do really enjoy stealth games, that is, stealth is not my preferred way to play this game. I really like the brass of a samurai going out there, showing up, entering through the front door, and saying what you got. And so, but this is one instance where I do really enjoy playing stealth in that game, because it's rewarding to see your enemies attacked by bears. Oh. Sick of being attacked by animals. They just don't understand me. If only Mark could find identification with the animals. Oh, seem to be doing quite fine by Cindy. Alright, never mind, never mind. Now I understand why Mark hates toucans. Toucan Samuel.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where Mark went. Ah, there we go. Yeah, one of the neat things about ad-libbing is that your character will show up on somebody else's map as a speaking dot, so you can see where other characters are. Yeah, hitting standoff is very satisfying. Like I totally understand that part of the plot, that the way that they're integrating the ninja moves in with the samurai stuff, is that Jin's supposed to be opening his horizons and opening his mind away from a very rigid code.
Yes.
Hello? Oh. Nifty. Um, but again, the confrontational nature of that code I like very much, so I tend to abide by it more often than not. But I'm hoping to get back more into it tonight. I am about ready. Oh, here's this. Yeah. I will come back for that tape. I'm about ready to make an assault on the castle that will end Act 2. Evening Mode 7. We are playing through the Wild Things scenario of Outbreak File 2. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go put the red emblem thing in the lion statue, and then come back for the blank tape so I can copy over the background music and do that thing. I have a partner tonight, Gary Daniel, who is one of the expert Outbreak players whose streams I've been watching for almost a year now, I think. Gary's a very knowledgeable and skilled Outbreak player, and I'm very happy to have him on my team tonight. Red-eyed lion statue, that sounds like you want a red lion emblem. I take your silence for appreciation. Pardon. One of the production quality effects I've noticed about taking all the past stream archives and putting them up on YouTube is just how far the audio balancing has come since the start of the stream, and also how much the quality of the hardware has improved. There are many more production fouls in those earlier samples. Okay. That seems unnecessary. Crane, for some reason, designed for jump scares. All right. So, I come here. This is where I want to be. So in order to get there,
Okay.
probably the best way is to go back through this way. Wonder if I get conked. No? I'm a little disappointed. But yeah, if you enjoy Outbreak and you think it looks neat, Gary's YouTube channel is a great Gary's Twitch channel is a great place to go to, and many of the other folks that he plays with are entertaining players to watch as well. As I walk gingerly through the carcasses of those who I regret killing. Whenever I see these animals or people who have been mauled and taken down by zombies and the majority of their flesh is still there, because, I mean, let's be honest, the majority of these zombies still have a lot of their flesh on there. As far as zombie consumption habits go, it's like the equivalent of, buying a candy bar, ripping open the package, taking one bite, then throwing the rest on the street. Really seems like a waste, and I don't know if the zombies actually want to eat human beings. I think they just want to sample. All right. So this is where we bring Stampy into the arena and trap him. First, okay. So I now have, oh, I've got 2 copies of the parade background music, which I guess I didn't need to do, but you know what? As an archivist, I support the effort. I assume it must be a very good story as to how that carcass got up there. Corpse. Corpse implies human. How that corpse got up there. That body got up there by being created up there, apparently. Good to see we're in Great Minds territory. That's right, yeeted by elephant. I mean, it does make you want to see him get ragdolled up there. I believe the elephant can, in fact, make it out of there. Yes, shotgun rounds. Oh. No, the HP on this gate is for the elephant alone, not for the likes of us. Yeah, the virus is capable of altering. I mean, that's interesting because you're kind of used to seeing the virus, you know, warp flesh, make new plasms, have them ooze about. But bone structures, less so. So that's the Rafflesia, and Boogle, if you are still watching, that in fact is what happens when you get near the Rafflesia. But, as with all life in this zoo, there is nothing infected and pitiable that we will actually try to save. Goodbye, Rafflesia. You've lost this raffle, Asia. God. If there was any doubt that it actually did in fact kill the plant, it despawned. Aggressive circle strafing? You're right. They, pretty angry. I don't 100% remember what this does, pressing all the buttons on the info signs, but we're going to do it. That sound effect on the kick impact is so good. That, you know, slat of wood slapping against a side of beef. That kind of sound effect, that punch sound effect. I dig it. Actually, I want to hear it again. Let's. Oh, it's kind of tame. There we go. I hope that came over the stream, volume-wise. No, not needed. So, looks like Mark and I have gone our separate ways here. I'm gonna go to the elephant or the lion pavilion. There we go.
Don't give up. Let's go. Hey, over there. Hey. Hey, over there.
I wonder if that water tastes of alligator. I'm guessing probably. Truly the first victim to the T-virus was Cindy's kind heart. Cindy's read Nietzsche. Cindy cares not for your morals or your God.
All right. Hey, over there.
Oop. All right, and we are at the tram. I think there is a place to actually play the music here. Yeah, that's one of the neat things about the way that the scenarios can divide here in Outbreak is if you trap Stampy and leave him there in the zoo, this lion will show up. But I believe if Stampy is on the loose or breaks out of the cage, then Stampy is your boss here. And Stampy hates the parade music, I believe, and if you play it somewhere around here, which I'm going to look for, Stampy will attack you. Yeah, here we go. Or Stampy will attack the music. Yeah, you know what? I brought this thing all the way here. Right now, this is just Cindy's hero music. Easily one of the least dignified deaths this king of the jungle possibly could have endured. Very well, sir. We're sorry. On behalf of humanity. Oh. Well, thank you. The spirit is appreciated. Well, Cindy's just going to turn toward her purse, grab an indiscriminate gray substance, and devour it. Thank you. What is this? Cindy's taking one for the road. Yeah, I wonder if you have a second background music tape, if you can use it here after the fight as well. Oh man, Cindy's at 40%. There we go. We actually don't need to be doing anything right now. I'm just role-playing and pretending I'm preparing for the future.
I was so sleepy. I only wanted to lie down and take a nap. Just a little further, my dreams would be realized. I can't believe I was that naive. No matter how tightly I shut my eyes, I simply couldn't erase what I had already seen.
So I'm not sure where this place is, Cindy. In Raccoon City. Yes, Raccoon City is named after the wily raccoon who was smart enough to get the hell out. This is an interesting sort of series of transitions and handoffs of perspectives, going from the tram to the helicopter to a news screen to the street where the news screen is showing. That's interesting. Yeah, and I guess the tram is maybe not literally the tram from Resident Evil 3, but kind of a nod to that, you know, that's part of Raccoon City's infrastructure. Is it Spiner or Spinner? I don't think I've ever seen his name or heard his name pronounced, rather. Thank you so much, Gary. I'm going to take a quick break here for like 2 minutes, but I'm going to set up another room and we can go through one more scenario if you are game. Spiner, thank you. Yeah, I loved watching Next Generation when I was a kid. They the local channels had both classic and Next Generation on back when those were the only two games in town. No Potshot, no David. And had the pleasure of watching them back to back, and then grabbing some popcorn, going onto Usenet, and watching nerds argue about which was the better captain, Picard or Kirk. Good times. All right, Underbelly. This is a gym scenario. So, that is who we'll choose. Clearing that up, I had no idea. You mean for TNG for life? Yeah, I mean that was the one that I watched more of And yeah, no, that was cool. It's good to see, good to watch science fiction with my dad when I was a kid. So I'll be right back. It's okay. You coming in? What's up? Coming in? Come. Come say hi. Oh, yes. So here is this critter here. She wants to come in and say hello as per stream normal. And what a weird hold that was. So yeah, let's see how good she's gonna be. Nope, don't eat that. Guess that answers our question right there. All right. So, giving her a chance. We're gonna wait a couple of seconds here and see it. Did Chopo stick around? Chopo did, in fact. See if I have better luck communicating this time. Oh, no. No. Let's see. Hey, come here. Come on, kiddo. I don't even know what you tore up. Come here. Come on. I think if I were to give that cat a buzz cut, I would find tattooed on its upper arm, "Forever Bad." Because I don't quite know what this is, but she just pulled it out from behind my computer. And yeah, I guess I'll find out what that is after the stream. How do I do spaces here? No. There we go. Prob. Lem. Exclamation point. This seems only courteous. I am streaming. This. Where is, there we go, F, Y, information. Yeah, well, yeah, dust filter. Well, whatever it is, it appears to be creased in several spaces, and I suspect this means that she has been working on this for a little while. There's a few broken little honeycomb bits there. So, yes, we'll find that out later. All right, cool. Let's roll. Jim. Forever surprised. So yeah, Jim is a subway worker, and this takes place in the subway. Therefore, it is narratively his scenario. Though I don't quite recall if he shows up dead midway through, as other characters do during their scenarios. But yeah, so Jim's thing is he has a lucky coin, which I believe increases the possibility of a critical shot, and he has his lucky coin, which you can flip, and if it winds up heads enough times, I believe, then you get like a permanent boost to the likelihood of a critical shot. All right. And employee area key, so yes. So Jim's special ability, besides having a slower virus meter and his posture is so bad that zombies think he's one of them, he can do this. He can pretend he's dead and they won't attack him. He just literally eats it just smashes his face on the ground. And this is easily one of the funniest things in all of Resident Evil. I think he says be nice. Yes, he says be nice. So yeah. Oh, good night? Oh, thank you. Proper way to go down a flight of stairs? Yes. He's ridiculous. I remember when I was a kid, you know, things you do when you're a kid, you like make a sled out of a cardboard box, and you ride down the stairs, and it's a lot of fun. And then, one day you get the idea of like, well, what are some other ways I can go down the stairs? And you think, oh, maybe head and hands first. And then you find out that you actually can't stop yourself with your upper body strength the same way you can with your legs. And you basically do what Jim did. That was me when I was 4. Thump, 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 thump. Handgun rounds, okay. I don't know where the employee area is exactly. Those are the restrooms. Oh, here we go. Excellent. I am now in the employee passage. But I'm going to go back and find Gary because Gary knows what Gary's doing, and I sure don't. I just remember the high beats. There are fleas in this one, horrifyingly, and they're kind of terrible. Gary, heads up if you're listening to the stream. I opened the door and I'm trying to find wherever you are. Oh, weird. It looks like Jim can also identify where items are. I don't know if other characters can do that. Inside the tram? Inside the employee passage. Oh, okay. Well, I am on my way. I mean, the great thing about Jim is that, cowards are always just such good comedy material. And, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and there's a character named Kenji who is, your typical grifter who thinks he's smart but actually isn't. And he is by far my favorite character in the game. No, we'll save that. Something that we discovered at the end of the last stream, when we were watching the credits for Outbreak File 1, we noticed at the end where they list the logos and corporate identities of the licensing collaborators that Reebok actually showed up there. And Boogle pointed out that the Jim's basketball shoes in one of his alternate costumes are Reeboks. And I kind of think that these might be also. So what you're seeing right there on your screen are very tiny little Reeboks. It's amazing that Jim is still asking what happened here after everything that has happened everywhere else. Oh man. Well, I guess that's interesting because that does show you where when Jim does his jump forward, that shows you where his center is. I'm actually curious. So it looks like when he dives, his center kind of like turns to like about where his chest is, which, if I'm guessing right, that'll be like where he stands up. Okay, kind of like about his midsection. Okay, so yeah, like where the where his pants and his jacket meet. Desk. So anyway, and that explains why he can hurl himself through a door and effectively enter into the next room when his waist crosses that line. I do wonder if Jim has any unique ad libs for attacking fellow subway workers. Let's divide up whatever we find. Really? You can meet a coworker in one of the bathrooms, and he's only alive if you talk to him as Jim. Was that the bathroom that I recently passed? Nope. I can spell. Probably. Desm. Alright. I don't think I need that key anymore. Hopefully now that I'm in one side of the employee passage, all the other doors to the employee passage can be opened up from the inside. There we go. There's Cindy. I was wondering where our compatriot was. Wait, how did I wind up here? Oh, thank you. Aw. Come on, let me do it. There we go. Whenever there's an item around, everybody can activate the attempt to grab it, but if somebody already has it open in their inventory, then everybody else's hands just kind of slide away. So you can have somebody with their hand on whatever the object is, and then everybody doing a gradual laying on and removing of hands in a way that looks kind of goofy. Mark? Ah, there you are. I would like to think that that Jim's kicks do more damage, for the Reebok product placement, but that seems like a product placement advantage that is maybe more characteristic of kind of a Metal Gear Kojima thing than Resident Evil. In fact, I will. Wait, how did I wind up here? I am confused how I got here. Yeah, I got secret room, but I'm genuinely kind of bewildered here as to where I'm, oh god, ending up. Because I keep going through it and I keep winding up in a different place. Um, so I guess that what this just does is it randomly deposits you in one of these rooms that has a vent. Ooh, biking shoes. The soles are flat so you can pedal faster. They look pretty tight. Okay, maybe it just like cycles through destinations. All right, I'm heading down. Pardon me. I think I'm going to give our Cindy player. What have I got? I will give her the handgun if she does not have one. Oh, Cindy's got a frickin' Magnum. Cindy's doing just fine. Oh no, Cindy's following me. It's a very blind leading the blind situation here. Oh, Cindy's got a valve handle. Jim is making that sound, that squeaky sound when he kicks. That's all him. Yeah, I know. The whole weakling coward like archetype. He's just like pun unintended, but filling its shoes perfectly. I think if I had David, I could fix this. Founder's Emblem, Werner. I think we need this. So I guess I'm gonna leave my leave the one lucky coin behind. Ah, Cindy, I was trying to help you. Most realistic character in the franchise. No, yeah, Jim is all of us. Right down to the gamer posture as he slumps that shoulder forward. One hand in a bowl of popcorn, the other one clutching his mouse. Where the heck? Oh, there you are. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a thing. Let's go stop Jim's virus meter. No. No, 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 no. Where did Mark go? Well, there's a room at the end of this hallway, and I guess I'm going to run there. Oh god, this is full of fleas. And it's super dark. Oh god. Oh, this is bad. Oh no, this is bad. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna crawl near the door, and I'm gonna use this healing item to stand up. And Jesus, that was awful. Oh man. Okay. So, good news is there are some herbs that I can use around here. Yeah, so there are gigantic fleas in there. I don't know how visible that is on your end. On my screen it was pretty dark. I'm also just going to appreciate the irony that I did just use a blue herb, thinking like, what's going to poison me down here? And here I am. Oh. Rest in peace, Cindy. I wish I had access to your inventory of herbs. Evening, Roundelay. We're doing the underbelly scenario from Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, and we just very sadly lost our third player to maybe disconnect. Oh. I thought Mark was just walking backward for the fun of it. like how Jim can double vocalize, how he can do his grunt forward and also say "my life is shit." It's like, you know, some birds, the way they achieve that. Whoops. The simultaneous. Oh yes, thank you. The simultaneous two tones is they functionally have two little flaps in their throat that enable them to turn one breath into two sounds. I like to think that Jim has the same thing. I think that Mark is not down here. Oh, there we go. No, Mark, behind you! All right. That was a critical. Okay, I think Mark did not go in here, went into the other room. On my way. All PowerPoints must be set to 10. Oh, that one's correct. Oh, so this shifts it between. Okay. Oh, God. It feels like math, and it's awful. Whew. Okay. So that's correct. Okay, if I can back that up. All right, that's correct. Yes. Huzzah! Electricity systems. What is this? Pardon. Alternative explanation is that, as evidenced by the fact that Jim has a lucky coin and also a random coin in his pocket, that he is in fact diving for change. Ah, repair tape. I can use that downstairs. And Roundvelay, I agree with you. Oh my god, I've got too many key items. This seems like the better investment here. Well, I am. Hold on a second, gotta plug this thing in. I am absolutely a riffraff on that front. Good. There, now I won't lose chat. I've had a friend has told me in conversation that one of the things about video games that just emits a very basic pleasure among younger people that maybe older people don't quite get is the joy of pressing a button and having a thing happen. And that itself creates an innate sense of pleasure in your brain of like cause and effect from playing a video game. I think the ad libs are kind of they kind of fit that category. Um, Here we go. Because even though I am fairly sure that nothing is going to come from nothing unique is going to happen when I press that button, I still know that something's going to happen, and there are some odds that might make something interesting happen. So I keep tapping it. Okay, till I get something else that can easily replace that. Yes. I didn't know he said, "Aw, snap." Oh god, I'm not going back in there. It is interesting how tedious the running up the staircase um, speed and animation are. Yeah, that's better than the burst handgun. Um, it feels like it should be the speed of just regular walking. That worked out for the best. I really hope I can beat this before my virus meter hits 100. I think I might regret having screwed around so much with the diving. Counterpoint, I probably won't regret it at all. Oh, Ricky's dead. Well, rest in peace, Ricky. See, that's kind of nice that he's got those moments. Hedonic causality. Kid Pix was a lot of fun. I remember Kid Pix. Oh god, I'm at 70. There we go. Connector manual file? I don't recall. Jesus. You know what? I'm just going to consume a healing item to get my virus meter to stop. Oh, denied. Spelling knowledge hurts. Spelling knowledge wrong hurts. I am very sorry to that. I'm very sorry about your very unique sensitivity to that error. Boogle is uniquely wounded by irony. Thank God I can finally get rid of this emblem. Oh no. These are the things that screwed me up pretty bad last time. There. For the longest time, when I played this level, it was very shortly after I played Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3 also has a subway that you can step on the tracks of, and there's a chance of a subway train actually. I don't know if it's a chance or a certainty, but you can get hit by a subway train, and that possibility always lingers in the back of my mind well, that lingers in the back of my mind as a possibility whenever I jump on the tracks here. Oh, and I'm sure this did nothing to discourage it. You can get hit by the train? Cool. I'm going to choose not to. I'm at 73. Will it seriously not hurt you? Because this sounds awfully like something that you're lying to me about. It knocks you over, really. Well, unfortunately, I missed my opportunity of this go through. If you're standing on the tracks when the train hits, you're just knocked down when the cutscene ends. That's pretty cool. Even if I guess it would have taken too much to specially animate that for each character. um, who could possibly find themselves in that situation. All right. Oh, they're both shotgunnies. Okay. Which, I mean, what's interesting about this is it really does go to show how deeply involved in everybody's life in Raccoon City. Excuse me, sir. Uh, all this emblem lock and key nonsense is that this clearly was part of Jim's daily job. Emblems and all being part of how you navigated space in Raccoon City. Oh no. What? Oh dear. Oh god. I did not realize that was triggering the boss fight. And what a boss fight it was. Thanks, Gary, for being on the ball there. Just gonna give it one for Jim. Two for Jim. No, I did not know there's a time limit to get back to the train, but I'm on my way. So if you miss the train, do you? Oh, that's right. You have to go through the underground passage or something to escape. No, we're on board. Barely. Wow.
I'm the only one around here that knows anything about the subway. They think we can get out of town this way? Shit. The subway don't go nowhere but there.
I like how he's deriding the decision making of like everybody who's like looking at the subway as a way out of town, yet he's doing it himself. That's great. Oh, rest in peace, Chopo. We hardly knew ye. So awesome. Thank you, Gary, for guiding us through that. I think it's 9:06 p.m. and I have a 4-star curry waiting for me. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that dinner. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're going to do File 2 again on Saturday of next week. We've got 3 more scenarios left. We might blitz through and get through all of them on next Saturday, but we'll see how that goes. If you'd like to come around on Tuesday at 7 p.m., we're doing Part 3 of Silent Hill Downpour, which is widely known as the bad one. And it's a lot of fun, so come on by, join us then. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming out, and all our regulars and all our newcomers. And I hope to see you then. Have a great night. And again, special thanks to Gary. Check out his channel if you want to see more Outbreak.